Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sure after you guys saw Eleshin Oba, some of you were like, okay, so what did I just watch or something like that. I know some people have been saying a lot of stuff about this movie, that it is a waste of data, it is a this of this. Actually, the movie was not that bad. It was not even bad. It's just that the movie is not for everybody. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And I'm going to be explaining more about that in this video, okay? I'm going to try to like explain this movie in my own understanding, okay? It's just my own opinion. Feel free to drop your own as well in the comment section. I would really love to hear from you. So like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also turn your post notification on, because on this channel we talk about movies, reality TV shows, web and TV series. So if these are things that you like, consider subscribing to my channel and also turn your post notification on so as not to miss any of my videos. So in this video we are basically going to try to explain Eleshin Oba, the King's Horseman, and also I'm going to be telling you guys my opinions and things that I liked and did not like about this movie in this video as well. Yeah, so that's just everything that we are going to be talking about in this video. So let us get straight into the plot of Eleshin Oba, the King's Horseman. So Eleshin Oba is a Nigerian movie on Netflix. It is a movie that is based on a play by Wole Soyinka, and that play is based on real life events that actually happened in Nigeria during the colonial era. So this movie basically focuses on a chief, yes, in Oyo called the Eleshin. The title is actually Apopaku. Yes, there's this tradition in some Yoruba, old Yoruba towns or empires or kingdoms or whatever, where whenever the king dies, there is a chief that has to die too in order to escort the king's spirits to the afterlife. So this movie focuses on that, and then the colonial masters of that time were trying to like interfere in this custom and tradition. They felt it was unnecessary, they felt it was barbaric, or they did all they could to stop it. And the Eleshin himself also did things that also caused the delay of the old tradition. They could not really accomplish all of that, and then things were just happening. I'm not going to give spoiler because I know some of you guys that have not seen this movie are already watching. So this is where I'm going to tell you guys to stop watching, go and watch the movie, and then come back to watch this video, okay? So before we get into the spoiler filled part of this video, okay? So first of all, this movie is not bad at all, actually, because it's an adaptation of the book. So it's stuck to the the book. It did not deviate from the plot, or how the book played out was the same way the movie played out. And also Wole Soyinka that wrote the play got inspiration from a real life event. So he wrote the play according to how it was in real life. So whenever someone wants to write a movie or book about a history, they have to like stick to it. I've seen most of these shows like House of the Dragons. Whenever the writer of the movie or series tries to like deviate from the book, you will see people criticizing them to not do that, stick with the book, do this and do that. So people that actually liked the book, people that enjoyed the play, are definitely going to like enjoy the movie. Yes, I had two issues with this movie. One, we agree that this movie is based on a book, on a play, yes, by Wole Soyinka, but then since they are trying to like make it into a movie, they could have just like tweaked the ending, or just added something to just make the ending different from the book or from the play. They should have just added a plot twist or something of sort. Even those people that have read the book will not see it coming. They should have just done something like that, but they just based the whole movie on the book only. I'm sure it would have been boring for those that have even read the play, but then they would be really excited and happy to see the live action of the play that they've read or whatever. But people would love to get entertained, so they would have really enjoyed it more if the ending was different from the play. And two, there was this scene at the ending, towards the ending, where Odunlade was having this conversation with the colonial master, Simon Pilkings. Yes, was his name Simon? I can't remember, but his surname was Pilkings. Yeah, there was this conversation Odunlade was having with him. Odunlade was speaking Yoruba, the guy was speaking English, and they were able to understand each other. I was really like confused, like how did that happen? Okay, I don't even know what to say. And Iyalojatu was also conversing with him in Yoruba, and the guy was speaking English, and they were both understanding each other. I don't know how. That was just one of the like mistakes, or should I call it plot holes, that I saw in that movie. Yeah, it would have made more sense if they had an interpreter present in that scene interpreting what Odunlade was saying, even if they don't say that, okay, probably the English guy that stands just small Yoruba, Odunlade was speaking deep Yoruba. So I was wondering how he was able to understand him, because I'm sure I'm not the only one confused. If you're as confused as I am, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so aside those two things, I think the movie was actually interesting. There were some interesting conversations, yes, that were had in this movie. First of all, the conversation between Odunlade and Mrs. Pilkins. Yes, the conversation they had when Okola's character was having this conversation with her, and she was expecting him to have done away with his culture and tradition just because he went overseas to study, and then he came back, and she was really surprised and disappointed to see that he still believes in all the customs and tradition of his people. And then he was trying to like criticize the whole ritual suicide thing, and Okola was pointed out hypocrisy, let me put it that way, because they were in the middle of a war, and they were celebrating in Nigeria, and they just felt like, and she said it is therapy. That is just their own way of seeking peace in the middle of chaos. And DME was trying to make it clear to her that also this is how we know how to survive, this is how we know how to maintain peace, this is how we know how to keep the community safe from calamity and all of that. This is our own way of survival. This is how we deal with things. So you should not criticize us, to stop doing our tradition when you have your own way of doing your own things as well. So those conversations were really deep and meaningful. And there was also this conversation that Eleshin had with Simon Pilkins himself, and also this conversation with Iyaloja and Simon Pilkins, where Iyaloja was trying to trespass from the line that the Mr. Pilkins drew on the ground that she must not cross, and then he was saying he was going to shoot Iyaloja and other villagers if they tried to like interfere in the business and all of that. And Iyaloja was trying to say, okay, so you are trying to save Eleshin from committing suicide, and then you do not care to kill many people just to save one person, that you are really wise. How Ashake said it, he's too wise, he's overwise. So yeah, there were just interesting dialogues in this movie, and Odunlade actually, and the acting was really good. They really did well with their performances. Shafi Bello, this was like the most diverse role I've seen her play. She really did well with the Yoruba, the intonation and all of that. And even Brimo's performance was really nice, and I loved the remix of Orumoru that he did. And there was just so many interesting things in this movie, to be honest, if you ask me. But the only issue I had was the conversation between Odunlade and Simon Pilkins, and there was no interpreter there to interpret what they were saying, and they understood each other. That was the only issue I had with this movie. And then the ending, they could have just done a plot twist or something, but they decided to stick with the book and with the play or whatever. So yeah, that was like the only two thing I have written. And the cinematography was actually great. The set design, the colors, the picture quality, everything was just so on point, and acting too was on point as well. But because it is based on real life events or incidents, I guess they did not really have much power to really change things and all of that. So they just had to stick with the play, and the play had to stick with the real life event. So let me know the things that you enjoyed about this movie in the comment section. This is where we are going to be ending this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in another one. Goodbye.